2022 GMC Hummer EV Pickup First Edition First Test. There's no other way to say it. The 2022 GMC Hummer EV Pickup is absurd in the best possible way. As a pickup truck? Meh, but that's not the point, is it? Everything about this truck is completely ridiculous, and we absolutely love it. Each number is more bonkers than the last. Nothing is more outrageous than the numbers. At 8,976 pounds, we needed a commercial-grade scale to weigh the Hummer because it's heavier than a diesel-powered heavy-duty dually. The best part? It should have been heavier. Our pre-production test truck was missing the standard roll-up tonneau cover. Despite being the heaviest four-wheel vehicle we've ever tested, fourth heaviest of all time, regardless of wheel count, and the heaviest electric vehicle, the 2022 GMC Hummer is still insanely quick. This 4.5-ton behemoth launched from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 3.0 seconds. That makes it the quickest pickup we've ever tested, period, beating the previous record holder, the 835 horsepower 2022 Rivian R1T, by 0.1 second. It beat the fastest gas-powered pickup, the 702 horsepower 2021 Ram 1500 TRX, by 1.1 second. How the 2022 GMC Hummer EV pickup achieves this is no mystery. The Trimotor Edition 1 trim makes a combined maximum 1,000 horsepower, 830 horsepower in normal modes, and 1,200 lb-ft of torque, not that 500 lb-ft wheel torque BS GMC's been peddling. Although the Rivian has a better weight-to-power ratio and weighs about 1,800 pounds less, the Hummer leverages its absurd amount of torque into a slightly better run. After the 60 miles per hour mark, though, it's a tight race. The Hummer can't cheat its weight or aerodynamics forever, and while its 11.7-second quarter-mile run at 105.4 miles per hour is absolutely batty for a truck, the Rivian is a tenth quicker and traveling as much as 6 miles per hour faster. Despite all the power and weight, GMC estimates the Hummer will travel 329 miles on a single charge. That's slightly farther than the only other EV pickup on the market right now, the Rivian R1T, with its 314-mile range. Of course, the Hummer's battery being roughly 50% larger helps eke out those extra 15 miles, but add those stats together, and you get the worst MPGe rating around at just 51/43/47 city/highway/combined. GMC promises future Hummer models will do better, but with the Rivian at 74/66/70 MPGe, don't expect the gap to close significantly. The experience is even nuttier, but forget the EV pissing contest. We cannot emphasize enough how utterly insane it is that anyone with $112,595 to burn can go out and rip off 11-second quarter-mile times in a 9,000-pound truck anytime they want. Pro tip: for best results, GMC engineers recommend more than 80% charge in the battery. Seriously, literally anyone, with no special training, can just double-tap the stability control switch, activate What's to Freedom Mode, WTF Mode, and launch this thing to the moon. That's what it feels like. There's so much pitch, dive, and roll when the GMC Hummer EV pickup accelerates, decelerates, or changes direction. It looks like something out of a children's cartoon. It doesn't hurt that GMC amps things up with special graphics, pulsating audio effects, a vibrating seat, and the image of a Hummer EV pickup staged at a drag strip on the moon to get you hyped while the suspension lowers and the battery conditions itself for maximum output. This kind of silliness makes us giddy, but we also need to pause a moment and strongly recommend against ever using WTF mode on public roads. Cruising at 60 miles per hour, the 9,000-pound Hummer needs 137 feet to stop when you mash the brake pedal on the floor. That's 3 feet farther than a 2020 GMC Sierra 3500 HD diesel dually. Even with its crazy amount of regenerative braking, this truck absolutely does not have brakes commensurate with its power and speed capabilities. Think about it, in just 3.0 seconds, you're traveling fast enough to need the same braking space as a dually, and you're still accelerating like crazy. It would be beyond easy to get into a situation where you're traveling way too fast to stop for another vehicle, a pedestrian, an animal, or anything else. You might not even be able to slow down enough to make a corner if you don't lift and brake soon enough. This is a crazy amount of weight moving ridiculously fast on all-terrain off-road tires, and the laws of physics are merciless. Furthermore, you should not use WTF mode while towing or hauling. We did on our closed course to see how it would work, and it was hilarious but sketchy. With 1,300 pounds of payload in the bed, the Hummer EV still hit 60 miles per hour in 5.7 seconds, and with a 5,000-pound trailer on the hitch, it did it in 7.1 seconds. Again though, you should not do this. With that kind of weight in the back, the truck squats enough to make North Carolina truck owners proud, with the side effect of having the windshield pointed at the sky. You can barely see the road over the hood. Do not do this. In fact, GMC should really lock out WTF mode when a trailer is detected. At minimum, it should engage the electronically controlled front differential locker to quell the torque steer that goes from barely noticeable normally to Mazda speed 3 levels when you're towing. Also, don't use WTF mode at night. The truck squats so much, it points the headlights at the sky rather than the road ahead. The actual truck stuff is nutty in a different way. This is as good a time as any to explain why the 2022 GMC Hummer EV pickup is somewhat useless as an actual truck. With a 1,300-pound payload capacity, a Ford Maverick hybrid outhauls it, not that you'd fit all that much in the short little bed to begin with. With a 7,500-pound max towing capacity, the Hummer EV pickup is no better than a Ford Ranger. It'll bring your toys along, but that's about it. Tow mode doesn't seem to do anything about all the pitch and roll, so it's not the most confidence-inspiring towing experience either. It will pass a slow big rig up a steep hill no problem, so that's nice. We smirked at the animation of a Hummer EV pickup towing a Saturn V rocket, a little dig at Tesla's yet unreleased Cybertruck. But really, if you have another tow vehicle, use it instead. The specs say it should be pretty good off-road too. Most of them, anyway. Custom-designed 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler Territory mud-terrain tires, electronically locking front differential and virtual rear locker, up to 11.9 inches of ground clearance in terrain mode, 15.9 inches at extremely low speeds in extract mode, 13 inches of suspension travel front and rear, and approach, brake over, and departure angles as good or better than a Jeep Gladiator Rubicon mean the electric Hummer should be able to conquer any trail it can fit down. That's the rub, because this truck is also 13 inches wider than a Gladiator Rubicon, and just 1.3 inches narrower than a Ram TRX. At 86.7 inches wide, there are a lot of places the Hummer won't go without accruing a lot of damage to the bodywork.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.